Hi, I'm Clarion from Clarion Coal Fiber Arts, and today I'm going to show you how we use WPI, or wraps per inch, to determine the weight of our yarn. Have you ever noticed how if you go to one place and buy a pair of jeans that say size 10, and then you go to another place and buy another pair of jeans that also say size 10, and then put them together, that those jeans are probably not even going to be close to the same size, right? Which is frustrating, but that's the world we live in. And yarn weight has the same problem. It changes greatly depending on where you live, and it also varies between yarn vendor and another yarn vendor, even if those yarn vendors live in the same place. And that's why WPI, or wraps per inch, is so important, because it's a systematic way to tell what weight your yarn is, and it takes out a lot of the guesswork and interpretation that can cause these yarn weight disparities. So what is WPI? Well, wraps per inch is the amount of times that you can wrap your yarn loosely around a ruler within the space of an inch. And the amount of times that you can do that will determine what weight your yarn is. So let me show you. This is my favorite yarn gauge tool. It's made by Ashford. It runs about $7.50, and you can get one at the Woolery. I'll leave a link below. On the top is the 1-inch indent. I like that it's indented because it really helps to define that 1-inch parameter and keep your yarn orderly as you're wrapping. On the bottom is the 1/2-inch indent. This is really helpful if you're working with really thin yarn. You'll just need to double the number of wraps you get here to get that wraps per inch number. So let's give it a try. Grab your yarn and let's start wrapping. Get ready to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. This yarn has a gauge of 9 wraps per inch. Pro tip, try not to pull the yarn as you wrap. Most yarn has some spring to it, so if you stretch it as you wrap it, you'll actually make the yarn thinner, and you won't get as accurate a number. So what do we do with this 9 wraps per inch number? Well, here's the wraps per inch chart that I use. Bulky is the thickest weight of yarn at the top, and it goes all the way down to the thinnest yarn at lace weight. You can use any of these weights of yarn to make your project. One isn't necessarily better for a specific project than another. Everyone crafts a little differently, which is the beautiful thing about crafting. You'll want to use the weight of yarn combined with the right size of tool that achieves for you the gauge specified in your pattern. Also, notice that each yarn weight has a WPI range. It's never just one number. That's something to be aware of when you're purchasing yarn. Take sport weight, for example. You'll see that it has a range of 14 to 17 WPI. That means that if you get a sport weight that's 14 WPI, it's going to be closer to DK weight. If you get a sport weight that's 17 WPI, it's going to be closer to a fingering weight. This means that even if two yarns are technically different yarn weights, if they're close in WPI, they're going to be a similar size, and if you wanted, you could probably use them together in the same project without issue. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really hope this video helped you in your yarn weight dilemmas. If you liked it, hit the like button, or feel free to subscribe to my channel. If you want to see more from me, make sure you go to my website at www.clarionfiber.com.